we're going to take, this is where you're going to use the wall. And we've done this before too, but it has been a few weeks. And I'm going to sit with my left hip and my left leg straight out along the wall. Now, depending on the shape, your hip is going to be a little bit further out than your heel, your ankle, right? So if the whole leg is touching, that's fine, but it won't be 100% neutral. And then I'm going to take my right leg and abduct it so that it's pointing kind of as much as you can straight into the room. So there's a 90-degree angle between your legs, and your pelvis is pointing at 45 degrees. So my left shoulder is against the wall, my right shoulder is pointing past my right leg. And I'm going to take my upper body and rotate it as much as I can to look over my right foot. Okay, so because I have kind of a wide baseboard here, I have to kind of lean back to get my shoulders to the wall, but if you have the ability to get your ribs to the wall, that's fine. You can lean on it. Take your arms out and see if you can get the back of your wrists, depending on how much you have to back bend. I don't really want to back bend because then I kind of have to add a little extension. So I'm going to keep my ribs stacked over my pelvis. I'm not quite touching the wall. My arm, the back of my hands can touch the wall. And you can use the arms to help assist the twist. So we'll just stay here for a few breaths. Ramp your head. And try to move the bottom of your rib cage as you take a breath. Doesn't matter to me how expansive the breath is as long as it's moving your ribs. Okay, you can lower your arms if you want to. And take them to the floor. Let's externally rotate. You might not be able to externally rotate that one because it's against the wall, but you can externally rotate this one. And you can certainly press the outside of your foot onto the wall so that you're engaging your external rotators on both legs. Ooh. My left leg is cramping. And let's come back and do that on the other side. Have a tree in the way. I'll place my right hip against the wall and move my left leg as far into this center of the room as possible, not as much on this side. A little bit less. Make sure you're not falling backwards. If you are, you can sit up on something, nor are you kind of pitching forward. So kind of find that alignment and then rotate your trunk as best as you can. There we go. And bring your arms out along the wall. Use your hand, the right hand, to press yourself a little left, and then stay here and breathe. For some reason, this is way more difficult than the first side. If you have to do this in the middle of the room, that's fine. Just try it. It's a little different, right? Than using the walls a little different. So in some ways, it's easier because you've identified the planes. In some ways, it's way harder because you're able to use the wall to increase your range of motion a bit. Okay, you can drop your arms and see if you can externally rotate your legs here in this extremely abducted position. You can do an isometric contraction with the leg that's against the wall and think about, the foot moving to the left, the greater trochanter moving back towards the floor, and then the front of the femur moving forward, and then relax. Bring your legs forward. Okay, now extend both legs straight up in the air. And let them fall apart as if you're doing legs on the wall. And take your arms out to the sides. And what you're going to do is keeping your angle between your legs. So mine is about a 90-degree angle. I'm going to rotate my pelvis so that my right leg is on the ground and my left leg is pointing up to the ceiling. But my chest is still pointing to the ceiling. And bring them back up to the V position. I'm going to just switch because I don't have room on one side, and I think it'll help me to see this from the top as well. Ugh. Okay, just go back and forth. So from here, I went here, and now I'm going to drop to the left. You can press into your arms to help. Just go back and forth. Okay, so I'm going to go to the first position, which I think was the right leg down and the left leg up. And I'm in a twist here. This keeps moving. It's not easy. And just breathe here. Okay, bring it up, go to the other side. You're breathing here. It's okay if you need to bend the knees a little. Okay, bring them back up so that they're split and bring them to center. Bend the knees.